Hey guys, today I'm going to be showing you the difference between an Akaso V50X action camera versus an Akaso V50X plus a gimbal. Let's compare the footage from a couple mountain bike rides I went on recently. For this first video, I had the camera mounted on my helmet in the protective waterproof case. Now, unlike a GoPro, this camera doesn't come with an outer ring or shell that I can use to mount the camera. It has to be inside the case, which of course means there's no audio because the mic is completely covered. For the camera settings, I had the electronic image stabilization or EIS turned on, and I was recording in 4K 30 frames per second, which is the highest quality this camera can record in. Unfortunately, footage is not of the same trail, but then again, it's not the trail that we're comparing, so it really shouldn't matter. As you can see, the EIS is working, but the video is very choppy, so it's hard to even tell that it's working. The scenery doesn't transition well at all as I'm bouncing around on my bike heading down this trail, and a lot of the footage for the review videos for this camera shows people walking or doing some very light motions. Most people don't review the camera doing an action sport like mountain biking where there's a ton of sharp and sudden movements, which is exactly the kind of thing this camera is meant for. Unfortunately, as you can tell, video quality is just terrible. Not to mention, because it's inside the waterproof case, you won't have any audio. Any sound that you get will be muffled and unusable. Whatever audio you can hear is sort of creepy and sounds like like a Darth Vader breathing sound. So yeah, it's not good at all. Anyways, the entire video is basically crap. So I guess not having audio isn't that big of a deal. I have to say, when I got home and saw this video, I was pretty disappointed. If I had to watch this for any more than 30 seconds, I'll probably want to throw up. My verdict, based on this video, there's no way this camera even remotely can compete against the GoPro. You'd be better off buying a used or new GoPro rather than wasting anywhere from $80 to $100 for this camera. It's just not worth it. For this second video, I had the camera mounted on a Feiyutech WG2 gimbal, which was then mounted onto a Stuntman wearable gimbal chest mount. This setup cost a total of $208, not including tax, so still way cheaper than the new GoPro. As you can probably tell immediately, this video is far superior to the first one recorded without a gimbal. The gimbal made all the difference. Now I will say, and please excuse the terrible angle of this video, it was my first time using a chest mount and I obviously didn't set the correct angle. I'll do a better job next time. Going back to the video, so there's no choppiness or shaking or other type of distortions in the footage. It's smooth from beginning to end. Not to mention with this setup, you also get full audio because the camera is mounted on the gimbal without the protective case, so no obstruction of the mic. You can clearly hear all the sounds that are happening around you. If you've researched wearable gimbals at all, so you'll probably know that this Feiyutech WG2 is the older model because the latest one is the WG2X. That's why I was able to pick this used one up for $100. You could find a lot of these on, Craigslist or like OfferUp. In terms of the chest mount, I decided to go with the Stuntman chest mount because this particular model is specifically meant to work with wearable gimbals rather than a standard chest mount like a GoPro chesty, which would require additional mounting adapters. Now, the gimbal is definitely a game changer. I don't feel like I wasted $80 for a cheap Chinese camera anymore. In my opinion, the video quality is on par, if not better than a GoPro. And the best part is, I've still spent almost $100 less than a new GoPro. A lot of guys who use GoPros still use gimbals, so that could easily put costs upwards of $500 depending on what model you get. So for a fraction of the cost, I feel like I'm able to achieve the same video quality. Now, based on this comparison, I can confidently say my choice would be to go with an Akaso camera over a GoPro. What do you think? Let me know in the comments below.